This is a Ben Frank Connection presentation.
Welcome to the very first episode of Fighting with Fashion. I am Lily from Witchcrafts by Lily, and this is going to be our first episode with
Scott Holladay here at Euphoria, Labor of Love, and Sean Henderson Presents. Very excited.
We are at Attic Brewing Company in Germantown, Pennsylvania. We watched Wrestle John yesterday.
Yes, fantastic
We're here for
show.
Euphoria today, and you do the commentary here.
Yes, I'm the lead commentary along with Joey T and Mike Rotz tonight. It's going to be a good time.
I'm very excited for it. You're ready to talk some fashion?
Oh, I'd love to talk some fashion with you,
So
sure.
first and foremost, I want you to describe your favorite outfit that you wear in wrestling. It's worn on commentary.
It's currently this one. This one is my absolute favorite. It's when I started to like really put thought into how I looked, because I used to just like get a suit, have a suit, wear a suit.
Right.
So now it's like, no, I can actually, put things together in different
Express
orders
yourself
and kind
with
of
it.
like, because I used to be in the situation where I would buy a new suit every show because I was like,
Right.
I've already worn the purple one, let's get a green one. And now I'm like, well, using what I have, what can I create? And then I started like messing around and then came up with this little number.
I love it. I love it. So how has your look evolved with your commentary in and out of wrestling?
So it's interesting. When I first started out, I was working for a company called Chikara, and at the time, they were developing a video game. And I was told, like, for the video game, everybody had to kind of look the same because they needed to look the way they did on TV and in the shows. So I wore the same outfit every single show. It was a black suit with a Scott Holladay purple shirt.
I love that.
And a black tie. And like, I kind of made that my identity. And then when I started kind of like going to other companies, the feedback I kept getting was, you need to dress better. And I was like, I'm already wearing a suit. And they're like, yeah, but we
how
need
is it
more than
you?
that. Exactly. So once I started to branch out, I was like, all right, now let's try to, make it more important and stand out a bit more.
Right.
And I was always like, I was very conservative with the way I dressed and just kind of like, well, suits should be black. And then eventually I think the first colored suit I got was eggplant, which was like, oh, it's kind of a Scott Holladay purple thing. And then after that I was like, let's buy all the suits. So now I have a bunch.
I love that. I love that. Who or what inspires your style? Let's go with today.
So
I'm
today-
loving today's outfit. Let's break it down a little bit.
So today, I come from the world of conventions first, of like comic book, anime, video game conventions, and I decided I wanted to start doing suit cosplay. So this is my favorite. This is Sailor Moon. There's a little tiny like hint of a Sailor Moon pin here. The red shoes, the blue pants are meant to be her, like the skirt. The red bow tie is supposed to be like her bow. As a guy, I couldn't find a good way to do like the things in the hair.
Right.
But yeah, so this is Sailor Moon. Yesterday was Loki.
I absolutely adored your suit yesterday.
Green suit, gold.
It was emerald green. You had the gold cufflinks on it. Very sharp.
Yes,
very
it was my first
sophisticated.
double-breasted suit, and I was like, I dig this. I have a show after this that I'm doing Goku. I have
awesome.
a bright orange suit and blue shoes.
That's gonna be
Can't wait
awesome.
for that one. And then to end out my my Mania week, I'm doing SPO, which is a big Batman fan group.
Cool.
So I'm doing a Riddler suit.
Oh,
so
that's
I get to break out the Scott Holladay purple again
That's great.
and add it to the green suit. So yeah, I'm very
That's
excited.
so great. We're in the world of wrestling.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't strictly on commentary. In wrestling in general, could you tell me what you think is a fashion trend that never goes out of style, and one that you think, maybe we could leave that behind?
I mean, personally, I think the best thing you could do is cosplay. Like, I think the most memorable outfits in wrestling that I've seen, like, are clearly referring to something. Like, I'm excited because it's WrestleMania week. Rey Mysterio has a match. I'm sure he'll be another superhero.
Right.
Whenever I picture Rey Mysterio, he's like the Joker, or Silver Surfer was a fun one, something like that. Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné.
Yes.
Also a big cosplayer. She's done Sailor Moon before.
Selena Vega as well.
Selena Vega's another good one.
Of cool cosplay
she does
outfits.
straight up cosplay. She comes out with wings
the
and
wings,
stuff.
yes, amazing.
It's so good. And I like when it's subtle. I like when it's like
a hint.
Like I believe Tegan Knox did Kane once, very subtly did Kane.
So I will admit that I am still very fresh into wrestling, but I'm actually looking forward to looking back at some people's favorite costumes or gear, I should say.
Yeah. There's some really great outfits. I mean, Shawn Michaels always had some great outfits out there with the chains, and all the wonderful presentation is always very important to me.
Right.
When it comes to Left Behind, it bothered. I don't know. Maybe it's just me as someone who's not great at wrestling. High heels in the ring. High heels in the ring always bother me.
That's a fair point. As someone who frequently wears high heels, it makes me nervous to watch someone walk on something that is not completely solid.
Yes.
Scares me.
And because I also think it's part of Charlotte's character at this point that she wears high heels and then takes them off.
Right.
And I was like, are you doing a foot thing? What are you doing? So high heels in the ring, I'm always like, you're going to twist an ankle. It's fine if you wear flats, please.
It's right. It's good. We can still make it look amazing.
Are we still on? I no longer see ourselves.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
It's the preview's gone. We can't see it, but it's
just
favoring our
sure.
battery. We're okay. What colors make you feel powerful? And when I say that, I know that a lot of people, I know we've talked quite a bit about the Scott Holladay purple. A lot of people find power in color. Maybe gold makes them feel powerful. Maybe red does. What do you think works for you? And this could be colors or patterns.
I mean, I will say this. As someone that comes from the convention world, my beginnings, a young Scott Holladay, was a very shy, nerd. So I always found confidence when I was dressed as someone else. Scott Holladay's actually quite shy and self-contained and worried about what people think. But Batman's not, so if I dress as Batman.
Right.
And actually, the reason it was Scott Holladay purple was because I would cosplay as Gambit.
Okay.
So I already had a bunch of purple shirts. So I was like, maybe purple's my thing. So I would definitely say purple's one of the colors that makes me feel powerful. Another is white, because I feel like anytime you're wearing white, it's a very dangerous choice.
Right, it's very bold.
Yeah,
it's bold.
Raining, you're wearing white, or there might be blood, you're wearing white. So anytime you wear white, everyone wants to question it, and having the confidence to be like, yeah, and I'm making it look good. That's a powerful moment for me.
I love that, though. That's one that I haven't gotten a lot of. Usually a lot of people, just like you said, I stay away from white. It gets dirty. I stay away from white. I think that's a very bold move.
Yeah.
What's some fashion, who do you take fashion inspiration from in the wrestling world? Any promotion, past or present?
Let's see. There was a time where I was working for a company where they were trying to outdo each other when they when they were arriving to the ring. Really well-dressed man. You probably don't know this, is the Savage Gentleman Victor Benjamin.
Okay.
He always shows up to the show looking great and
sharp,
bold. He had had shoes with spikes on it. Ooh. And I remember seeing that and being like, oh, shoes are important.
Yes.
I always was like, all right, and then you wear black shoes. No, look at these shoes. Look at these shoes.
Amazing.
They make the outfit.
And they really, I'm wearing my platform bands
those are good.
Today.
Those are good too.
All denim.
I like them.
My little shout out to
you're in full Canadian tuxedo.
Canadian tuxedo,
yeah.
yes. Okay, is there a fashion trend from the past or present that you've always wanted to try and maybe haven't yet?
Let's see, something I've always wanted to try. There was a friend of mine in the stand-up comedy world that whenever he booked you, he would not only would he get your payday, but he'd give you a bolo tie.
Okay.
And that was such like a bold choice. And like, he wore them all the time. They look great. But I was like, I don't think I can wear a bolo tie. So maybe that's something I'd like to try to bring back, is like the bolo tie.
Maybe we could find a cosplay that has a bolo tie included into it. We'll figure this out. I think if we put our brains together, we can find
there's also like various characters I'd really like to do. I'd really like to do a blue and yellow Cyclops.
Okay.
That's one that I've been looking to do. I'd like to do a full Joker. Who else? I'd love to find a way to do a Cloud Strife with like the turtleneck, but I don't know how to do that with a suit. So I'm still young to this game, so I'm trying to figure out how to do the suit cosplay.
I have ideas. We'll talk.
We'll collab.
Talk. We'll be in
talks.
My last question for you is there something special that you wear? Maybe as like a token, a memento that you're always wearing. It doesn't necessarily have to be in wrestling. I usually wear my rings that are very important to me, but I know some people incorporate things that are important to them into their gear.
I mean, there's the purple. The purple's definitely part of it. When I do my YouTube show, Plus 2 Wrestling, I'm always in the purple shirt because that's like what I established. Right now, like my It's Time to Go to Work is this watch. Because for the longest time, I had this Fossil watch that had been through a fire, doesn't work, but I had worn it, for everything. And then I originally got this watch from my wife, and it's engraved. Let's pop this off.
Let's see.
Whoop. So on the back of this, it says "Your time starts now," which is a reference to Taskmaster.
Okay, I'm not sure what that is.
It is a fantastic British show that I absolutely love because it's all about like thinking about things in a different way and accomplishing goals like very creatively.
Okay.
And with wrestling, stuff goes wrong. When stuff goes wrong, I often like just kind of look at my watch and think like, okay, what's a way around this that we can fix stuff?
Right.
So this is like my reminder to think critically, and that my wife is awesome.
And outside
You'd
of
think
the
that this ring would do that, but no, the watch is what makes me think of my wife.
I love that so much. Well, thank you so much for your fashion takes.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be your first guest, and
I appreciate it so much. Why don't you tell us where we can find you?
Yeah, you can find me. I'm at _Scott Holladay. That's spelled like holla on Twitter. I'm not going to call it X. You can also find me, Scott Holladay, on Instagram. And you can also subscribe to the YouTube channel, Plus 2 Wrestling. I try to post weekly. It's a lot of hot takes and plugs about professional wrestling.
Thank you so much once again. This has been our first episode of Fighting with Fashion. I'm Lily. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching this presentation. Like, share, and subscribe for more.